NATO is preparing its biggest live joint command exercise since the Cold War next year, assembling more than 40,000 troops to practice how the alliance would attempt to repel Russian aggression against one of its members. The Steadfast Defender exercise comes as part of NATO's rapid push to transform from crisis response to a war-fighting alliance, prompted by the invasion of Ukraine. It will start in spring next year and is expected to involve between 500 and 700 air combat missions, more than 50 ships, and about 41,000 troops, NATO officials said. It is designed to model potential maneuvers against an enemy modeled on a coalition led by Russia, named AUKUS for the purposes of the drill. The exercise is also a first in terms of technical capability, using real-world geographical data to create more realistic scenarios for troops. Sweden, whose NATO bid is yet to be ratified by Turkey and Hungary, will also be included, bringing the total number of nations involved to 32. The drill will take place across Germany, Poland and the Baltics in February and March and forms part of a new training strategy that will see the military alliance carry out 2 big exercises every year, instead of 1. NATO will also train to counter terrorist threats outside its immediate borders. Baltic countries have been particularly vocal in calling for NATO to bolster its eastern flank as troops have built up on the Belarusian border. Russia's President Vladimir Putin said nuclear weapons would be moved into Belarus in early July, although their presence is unconfirmed. NATO has positioned multinational battalions in the Baltic states to slow the progress of any aggressor in the event of an invasion. Germany said in June it would keep 4,000 troops in Lithuania permanently. Exercises are also seen as a key part of demonstrating to Moscow that the alliance is prepared to fight, NATO officials said.
На левую сторону. Раз. Раз. Let's go, hurry up. Hurry up. Don't let that other ball beat us. Let's go, let's go. Раз. Чуть-чуть. Раз. 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 Let's go, let's go. We're almost done. Раз. 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 Догоняем. Раз. 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 Все вместе. Раз. 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 Let's go, let's go. Да, едем.
Although this is just a simulation taking place at training grounds in the peaceful west of Ukraine, this is just one of many combat scenarios Ukrainian soldiers are training on to hone their battlefield tactics. For this Ukrainian soldier, preferring to go under the nom de guerre Igor, the exercise training ground in Yovoriv for the last 20 years. But this year saw it combine with exercise Sabre Guardian, which brought the total number of troops involved to over 1,800 from 18 nations, with the United States as the lead nation. US commanders have noticed a marked difference.
Here. And you see the Ukrainians put a very, very serious cast on what they're doing.
With conflict ongoing in the east, it is perhaps no surprise that the Ukrainian army is using every opportunity to improve. But the sharing of expertise and tactics is not a one-way street, as the Ukrainians shared their battlefield experiences with other nations involved in the exercise.
It was interesting to hear the Ukrainian stories since they have had a vast experience in urban warfare in the east. So it's good learning from them.
Ukrainians, the fight for peace and stability in the east continues.
No one can predict the future, but the best way to be prepared is to do exactly what you've done these past 2 weeks.
The Nato channel in Ukraine.
Let's go.